Horde is the setback.
Nobody left in the backfield. He's in motion.
Everybody's going. Johnson throws. Touchdown Vikings. Chris Carter. Short drop, the pump fake. Over the middle short and complete to Austin. Fumble. Vikings have it. In motion Andrew Glover. Sprint out by Johnson, deep down the left sideline for Moss. He juggles, he's got a touchdown! There are going to be nightmares for cornerbacks in the NFL.
So Horde can get the run going.
Three wide receivers, Smith in the lineup, comes out of the backfield, but the deep throw for Randy Moss. Gopher's pass is in. Strong game for Bert Emanuel. 7 catches. Smith gets to the outside. He's got one. And he is brought down. Charles Mincy close. 3rd and 12. Walsh for Hunter, and it's wrestled away by Jimmy Hitchcock. Across midfield. A chance to go. And he's knocked out at the 25-yard line. 3 wide receivers. David Palmer, the lone setback. On 3rd down, Johnson with time. Deep in the end zone for Palmer. Touchdown! Tampa Bay here. Walsh on 3rd down. Flashed out, down he goes. Tony Williams.
1st and 10 from the Rams, 46.
Flea flicker.
Johnson's looking for a receiver. He'll throw it outside. This is going to be almost picked off, and then it's caught by Carter.
He can still roll.
I thought Todd Light had it for a second, and it ends up in Carter's hands. Crowd gets into it. And they'll run it to Smith on the right side. He's got room outside. Great block by Moss. That'll spring the touchdown. Touchdown, Robert Smith. 24 yards. Hill alone back in the backfield on 1st down and 10. Oh no, here comes Derek Alexander, and he sacks Tony Banks for a quick loss. Receivers in the game, nickel defense for the Rams. And Johnson goes to Moss. Moss has this one, and he breaks the tackle, shakes it all the way down to the 41-yard line. Rudd put a move on Orlando Pace in space. Banks on 2nd down, he's picked off. Torrey and Gray steals this one away. Flag flies on looks like a face mask. 259 for Dixon. Stringer is the body weight. Touchdown, this is Andrew Glover. And he is in the end zone. Got the feet down. The Vikings go out 13-0. Glover in motion. Working the backside, Randy Moss has got this one in front of McNeil. He'll take it out to the 31-yard line. 2nd and 11. Banks looking for Conwell. Overthrows him. It'll be intercepted by Robert Griffith. Griffith's got some room on the right sideline. Amp Lee will bring him down at the 29-yard line. The Vikes from the 33. Johnson, play action. Looking outside. He's got it. Glover, the big tight end. 1st and 10 for Brad Johnson. Oh, Randy. Look out, here he goes. Robert Smith. He might go the distance.
Jenkins got to catch him.
20. 10-5, touchdown, Robert Smith, 74 yards. From his 48. And he throws it high. This is a gift interception for Robert Griffith. And we're just going back and forth. It's a ping-pong match. But when they do, they expect success. Smith with success over to the right side again. Picks up 1st down yardage, forced out of bounds. In the backfield, Moss in motion.
Rams will have the right personnel in the field.
It's a 2-man route. Chris Carter with the reception down to the 34-yard line. With that reception, Chris Carter ties James Lawson as his 6th all-time reception leader as Robert Smith takes it for 10. 1st and goal from the 1. Leroy Hoare squirms his way to the end zone. Touchdown Minnesota. Leroy Horde. First touchdown of the year. Bounce costs Minnesota 5 yards. They'll go on 3rd and 13. Johnson will throw again. Looking outside for Moss. He's got Moss for a first down. Working on Ryan McNeil. Banks from the shotgun. Looking for Amp Lee. Nice. He throws it outside. It's picked off. And then they're going to say it is an interception by Jimmy Hitchcock. Had one last week in the 4th quarter. Does it again this week. Randy Moss motions. And he looks for Carter in the end zone. Touchdown, Chris Carter. 19 yards. And the Vikings go back on top with 2:09 left. 16 seconds left. Banks into the end zone looking for Isaac Bruce. It's knocked away by Corey Fuller.
Successful today.
Bruce at the bottom. Banks is scrambled. He's got plenty of room. He'll take it. He's short.
Did he get it?
Goal line.
No, he's short. Get a call timeout.
The time is off the clock. Time has expired.
Receiver set up again. This is Moss that was on the move. And the throw is to Jake Reed again. And Jake Reed near another first down.
Gets the penetration all the time.
Cunningham gets it out to Andrew Glover.
From both sides.
Outside to Glover. And Glover will have a Minnesota first down.
Inside the 20-yard line.
Palmer. Cunningham was out leading the blockers. He didn't block anybody.
No, it was a form of an option play.
The crowd gives him a little noise. And Batch drops to throw it. They're coming after him with a blitz again. And they got there. Position. Here's Cunningham. Up into the pocket. To a wide open Jake Reed. And Reed out of bounds. In the league who felt that way. Pass is out to Palmer. He got a good block from McDaniel. The key block by Randall McDaniel that time. That's rushed again. This time he gets the ball up the middle, intended for Herman Moore, intercepted by Robert Griffith. It's time for Charlie Batch's offensive unit. Batch comes out of the pocket. Fakes one time, but nobody bites. Jet to punt it. And this is a dandy. Palmer at the 34. Palmer, one man to beat. The punter slowed him down, and that was just enough. Jet slowed him down enough to prevent a touchdown. The pass caught by Moss. Touchdown. Randy Moss. Just at the back of the end zone from Cunningham. That's the throw it. Fumble. And Ed McDaniel. No blitz. Cunningham. Randy Moss. Moss gets the first down and trips out of bounds.
Boy, this guy is impressive, this Randy Moss.
Here's Batch back to throw. Now he comes out of the pocket, or tried to, lost the ball. And the Vikings pick it up. Minnesota. Torian Gray picked it up after Batch lost it. In Detroit. Driving and thinking about it. That's Leroy Horde. Horde. Touchdown. Batch. From behind. John Randall.
John Randall got there.
First down, Vikings. And Cunningham throws upfield to Glover. Glover will get him out.
Today, the starting quarterback's bench. You don't know what tomorrow heads for.
Robert Smith. And they got further down on Scott Mitchell after last week. Here's Batch. Going deep for Morton. And the pass is picked off by Corey Fuller.
Just wants a win. He knows a lot of pressure on his defense today. Cunningham, little screen for Robert Smith. Smith has running room, and down the sideline, Robert Smith is going to score. Touchdown. Cunningham, and that is caught out of the backfield. David Palmer.
Be a long afternoon.
2nd and 4. Smith again, and Smith has room. First down. It was Frankie Smith who recovered it, one of the new players on the special teams. And they get Kramer this time back at the 32-yard line, and it was John Randall. This week here in Chicago. And he gets a hold of this one. David Palmer and Randy Moss both back. And this is David Palmer, always dangerous. Only the punter to beat. Now getting some help, and he's down inside the 35-yard line. Robert Smith, he's got room off tackle. Turns it upfield and gets inside the 20. So he's playing with a handicap here, but back in action. 3rd down, into the end zone, touchdown! Minnesota, the tight end Glover. They need to get to the 2-yard line. Kramer into the end zone, picked off. That's Fuller. And he is stopped at the 32-yard line by the center, Casey Wegman, or that could have been a touchdown the other way. 2nd down, 7. Screen pass, nearly knocked down. Robert Smith, look at that burst of speed. Smith for a first down to midfield. See what the Vikings can produce here. They haven't been able to get their big guns into the passing game as yet. This is Reed, and Reed has a first down.
And you got to be able to take away those blockers.
On first down, Cunningham going deep this time. And it's a touchdown to Chris Carter. Chris Carter for 35 yards and a touchdown. 3rd and 11. Cunningham, Carter again, what a good catch. He had Harris draped all over him, and Chris Carter comes up with a grab. Lake, and I fell off.
I don't even want to try to envision that.
Last one I did. Cunningham lets it fly deep. And it's caught. Touchdown. That is Randy Moss. Second down here for the Vikings. Cunningham rolling, steps up away from the first rusher and connects. Good pass to Glover.
20, negating an 11-yard gain. Favre gets sacked, taken down by Derek Alexander, their number 1 draft choice. 3rd and 7, and Leroy Horde is the tailback. They take it to him, and then the pass is caught by Carter, who is dragged down by Tyrone Williams. Randall hangs in, throws, and it is caught. Reed spinning around and avoiding the tackle and staying in bounds to score. He broke a Craig Newsome tackle, and Reed, who's been the forgotten man. And that's caught by Carter. Flag is thrown. First down from the 48-yard line. Randall going deep again, adjusting his Moss, and then Randy Moss squeezes his way in for the touchdown.
It is unbelievable. He just throws it up, and these guys catch the football. That guy, I always was nervous playing against him.
From the 34, Favre throwing into a lot of traffic, and
picked off.
Intercepted by Orlando Thomas. And Thomas takes it all the way back to the 35. Take to Smith, going deep, looking for Randy again. Perfect throw, great catch. Screen, Smith gets a block, picks up the first down, heading for the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
They are plentiful.
3rd down and 7 from the 47-yard line. Favre escapes. but not a second time, and this time he is wrapped up by Derek Alexander from the 50-yard line. Everybody coming, and Randall gets it away and finds a wide open Chris Carter, and a stutter step nets him a huge gain down the two. Big play for Green Bay here, and it's Favre looking to throw, going to the end zone, and picked off because the ball floated. He had Freeman open, but the ball floated on him, and Robert Griffith with the pickoff. 3rd down and 8.
Do it again.
Only a 3-man rush, no pressure, and the pass is caught by Carter. And Randall's going to sling it down for Randy Moss, who makes the catch and takes it to the 10-yard line.
Oh.
2nd down and 13. That's a $500 fine, Leslie. Favre throwing deep, and it is Brooks trying to make the catch, and it is picked off, intercepted by Griffith. This is Randall Cunningham, and he's going for 7 more, and it is Moss getting position, touchdown. He's unstoppable.
Simultaneous possession goes to the offense. This is Randy. You have arrived.
Barat gets pressure, and down he goes. Corey and Green. 2nd down and 6. And a play fake by Cunningham, and he's going to the sideline. Open is Chris Carter. And Carter making one of his patented catches.
Big mismatch.
3rd down and 2. Cunningham looking to throw again. Going up the middle, and the pass is caught by Carter. And you called it. David Carter gets down to the 5-yard line. And he was matched up against the linebacker and beats him to the tune of 33 yards. 2nd and goal, back to the 11 following the penalty. And here's the pass up the middle. Glover, the tight end, Andrew Glover. And no flags this time, and the Vikings get their touchdown. Cunningham stepping up again, looking for a receiver. He's got Carter. And Chris Carter is tackled finally by... In motion, Chris Carter. And a handoff to Leroy Hoard. He leaps into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Vikings have their first lead of the game. And the handoff is to Robert Smith. Smith gets an opening, and another first down. Like 46. Pressure coming in on Farad, and he had no chance. Kylie Wong on with that most of the way in this half. Pass is caught by Randy Moss, his first reception. And he's still going. And finally ridden out of bounds. Cunningham's pass is caught by Randy Moss.
Niners of 3 years ago, one-dimensional team.
That's a good point. 3rd and goal, and Cunningham caught by Chris Carter. And Carter with those great hands and the eyes, which Matt talked about, points skyward, and the Vikings get their touchdown with 14 seconds remaining. And Farrat's pass to Westbrook, and Fuller trying for the interception, and let's see if he got it. He did.
Nice play by
Fuller with the interception on the 35-yard line. Here comes the blitz. Stanley Richard, and Cunningham fires it away, and Randy Moss makes the catch.
Conversely, when you're down, that kind of builds on it too.
2nd and 12 after the 2-yard loss. Randall Cunningham completes the pass to Chris Carter. And Chris Carter inside the... Late for Bud Grant. The pitch is to Smith.
That was interesting.
Robert Smith inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Vikings. Skip Hicks is in and running back on 2nd down and 7, but Farad wants to throw, and he won't do that either.
Nice job by
Clemens. Flip a coin. 3rd down and 5. Fiedler gets out of trouble, and his pass is caught by Randy Moss. Here's Fiedler's pass, and it's caught. And Jake Reed. And a bobble by Turk, and the Vikings are going to get it inside the 15-yard line, a loose ball. And now it looks like a scrum. Charles Evans. And it's Leroy Hoard with his 2nd touchdown of the game to put the exclamation mark on this one.
On 1st down from their own 20. Cunningham back to throw it. Pass by Chris Carter.
Get his cadence out.
Luther motioning to somebody on his side, and there's Cunningham, and he gets the ball to Chris Carter.
He's on this one, 3rd down.
3 wide receiver set up as Cunningham's going to throw a screen pass. He gets it to David Palmer, and Palmer stays on his feet and picks up a first down.
Oh, what a play!
Back to throw. Quickly to Jake Reed, and Reed makes a first down at the Detroit 5. Maybe he thought he couldn't get back in time. Cunningham lofts it to Jake Reed, who comes down with it. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Yeah, that's their offensive plan. Jake Reed is going to be a big part of it today.
Left, Moore is wide right. Batch pulls it down, tries to duck under the Hansen's kick. David Palmer at the 5, 6 maybe. Out of the pack he goes. Hansen, he's got, and what a heck of a play by the kicker. And you hope the guy runs into you. Smith. Inside the Detroit 35. Bass drops again. Morton, the intended receiver, and he's smacked by Orlando Thomas. That's amazing. Here's Batch to throw it. He'll take the sack rather than throw it into double coverage on both sides. 13-13, Batch retreats again. Batted down. Nobody in the backfield for Cunningham, who sets to throw again. And a touchdown to Chris Carter. He can do amazing things, and he has been doing it. Smith is the deep back, and he gets the carry. You're not going to catch him if he gets loose. And Robert Smith into the end zone for Minnesota.
What a move. What a move he made on Mark Carrier.
Helps if you have 3 tall, big, good wide receivers. Batch taken down by Derek Alexander.
Ones too.
Yeah. Here's Batch flinging a deep one. Incomplete. That's good coverage intended for Morton, but Hitchcock was right there with him. Here's Cunningham back to throw it. Pass is caught by Carter. Amazing. This is Robert Smith. The foot race is a mismatch with him as he's finally shoved out of bounds by Ron Rice. 13 maybe. Batch had some time, tucked it away.
But they need an urgency because of the 2 scores.
Pass is picked off by Hitchcock, and Hitchcock down the sideline. And they can forget about the timeouts now. There are no flags left on the play.
And they can forget about the urgency. They were working on Hitchcock over there for him now.
To come back as a backup. Batch goes down under the pressure.
The 3rd wide receiver to the top of your picture. Randall Cunningham on first down gets a lot of time, and the pass is caught by Moss. 1st and 10 at the 35. Play fake. Cunningham's pass, and Andrew Glover, the tight end, makes a tremendous catch. And Carter in motion. And here's Robert Smith up the middle, and he gets in for the touchdown. And the Minnesota Vikings made it look easy against a very strong defense, and they answer the Tampa Bay touchdown. Randall Cunningham, the quarterback, is going to put it up on first down, and wide open is Jake Reed, and Reed gets a few extra yards and a big game. Cunningham giving ground, and a screen pass to Robert Smith, and Smith on the outside is knocked out of bounds. Down in 19 after the Vikings use a timeout. Cunningham, plenty of time, and he's going deep and making the play in the end zone. Touchdown! Jake Reed makes a great catch on a tremendous throw. And we saw Cunningham last week throw on 60 yards on his way down against the Lions, and this was a sensational. 2nd down and 8. Cunningham stepping up. Let's go. He's got Randy Moss, and Moss has it and stops the clock, goes out of bounds. Play fake. Cunningham drills it. Wide open near midfield is Andrew Glover. Quick screen to Jake Reed going down the sideline and ridden out of bounds. And it was Rondy Barber who saved the touchdown. 3rd and goal, and there's Palmer going in motion. And they fake the pass to him and the throw for the touchdown. And Jake Reed with his 2nd touchdown catch of the game. Dilfer going deep, and the pass knocked away by Jimmy Hitchcock. It was intended for Carl Williams. Dilfer's throw, and they're not going to get it. It's broken up short of the goal line. Riddell Anthony was... Randall Cunningham wants to get the ball to someone. He's got Carter. Chris Carter. He's got a first down and steps out of bounds, and he posted up. 4th quarter, 11:36 to go, and the handoff is to Robert Smith going outside, and Smith tiptoeing down the line. Poole in motion. The blitz is on. It's picked up. Lamar Smith dancing around is thrown down by Dwayne Rudd. Boy, did Rudd get there in a hurry. First down for the Vikings. Robert Smith, big hole. Breaks it outside. Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. 2 tight ends in there. That was the long shifting. Again up the middle with a good hole. Smith bounces off a tackler. The race is on. Smith cuts back beautifully. Down inside the 20. For the Vikings, Glover in motion. Rolling is Johnson, looking to the end zone for Carter. Touchdown! Wow. Another 3rd down catch for Chris Carter. Another touchdown catch for Chris Carter.
Long time. Unfortunate they haven't been winning, and people didn't know just how good he was.
On 3rd down, nobody open. Johnson running, throwing, and a completion to David Palmer. First down. What a play. And David Palmer in the backfield. 3 wide receivers in. Everybody out. Nobody open. Now Carter comes open. Chris Carter, first down at the 35.
Blitz.
On 2nd down, they pick up the blitz and a completion to Chris Carter again. Good
What a
kick.
kick.
Way back
Wow.
it goes. Craver going to run it out. He's got the wedge in front of him. And the ball pops loose. And it's still loose. And the Vikings have it. Carter in motion. Leroy Horde, big hole, touchdown! Ball has belonged to the Vikings here in the 2nd quarter. Johnson gets time, and it's pulled away by Chris Carter. He gets a first down in for the Saints. Johnson gets time, he's going deep.
Oh, he's up.
And it is caught by Jake Reed. Inside the 30. Johnson to the tight end, Andrew Glover to the 10-yard line. 17-10. The Vikings leading it. Palmer from the 7. Squeezes through, bounces outside. Good return for David Palmer out of bounds. Vikings from the 39. Smith and Evans in the backfield. Robert Smith squeezes through. Bounces it outside, and here he goes. Drakeford is blocked. Smith may go. Touchdown Vikings. Pick up the blitz over the middle of Glover. He's got it. What a catch by Andrew Glover. Johnson being rushed and gets rid of it. Left-handed Leroy Horde inside the 10. How did he do that? Leroy Horde, the lone setback. 3rd and goal from the 1. It's Horde. And he's in. Touchdown. The blitz is on. They got him. Ed McDaniel, the middle linebacker, buries Billy Joe Tolliver. Here they come. He slides away from Wong. Now he's buried. Kylie Wong was the first man on the blitz. This is 4th down for the Saints. They have to get to the Vikings 47-yard line. Tolliver rushed again, spins away, now he's buried. 3 consecutive sacks by the Minnesota defense.
First down and 10. And a fake handoff. McDonald right to work and throws deep. He's got a receiver down the sideline and broken up by Hitchcock as O'Donnell tried to throw downfield.
And it's tough on 3rd and long.
3rd and 9 for O'Donnell. A block. Here comes the rush. McDaniel's got him, and down he goes. Ed McDaniel with his 4th sack of the year for the Vikings on their 2nd drive of the day. Play action. Cunningham deep. Wide open is Carter. What a catch at the 5. 1st and goal. Quarterback keeper with the bad wheel and all. Touchdown. Randall Cunningham.
I think Neil O'Donnell is fine. He's not injured.
4th and 2. Blake with the option. The fake to Dillon, who gives him a block. And he falls ahead on 4th and 2 and comes up short, a yard short. 1st down and 10 for Cunningham with time. Wide open is receiver Chris Carter. Exactly. 2nd down and 9. A slingshot throw upfield by Cunningham to Randy Moss. 1st down and 15 yards to go from the 25. Blitz is on by Ross. Runs into Cunningham, who has to throw it to Moss, who comes back to the ball, makes the catch at the 39. Quick throw outside, caught by Carter. Randolph fell, and there goes Chris Carter. Out to the 48-yard line. Gain of 27. And shotgun snap out of the pocket. Sprinting as Cunningham needs to get to the 43 with the bad wheel shoved out of bounds by Thomas Randall. He did get the 1st down. Vikings lead by 4. Robert Smith outside with room to roam, and he's got a 1st down and a gain of about 11 yards. 7-3 Minnesota. 2nd down and 3. He's hit. Randall knocks the ball away. It's loose. It's a wide ball. Picked up by Rod, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Coming into today. 3rd and 11. Time for O'Donnell. All day to throw. Now it comes at him from behind. Derek Alexander. And gets it high, but not very long. Palmer under it at the 42. Trying to dance away from Hundon, which he does. Finds a seam, which he does. And there he goes. Inside the 35 to the 34.
Jeff Blake hasn't had that advantage. He's still the fine quarterback.
Another Viking penalty. Here goes Blake, airing it out, looking for Scott, and he's got him. Knocked away, intercepted by Jimmy Hitchcock. The ex-New England Patriot gets a block from Griffith and scores out of bounds at the 34. Interception by Hitchcock. 1st and 10. Winds up. Going deep. He's got Moss. Touchdown! First and 10 from the 43. Blake the short trap, and here they come right at him again. Derek Alexander.
To stay even in free agency.
2nd and 9. Horn again. Chugging up the middle for a 1st down. Leroy Horn to the 41.
You haven't bought me dinner yet.
Well, we got something to do now. We've got a reason now. 1st and 15. Leroy Horn to the 24 of Cincinnati.
Middle of the field.
Favre retreats. Lost the ball. And the Vikings have it. Tony Williams came up with the ball.
For 12 years, Big Hope Ball really plays a run.
Hard, and the pass is picked off by Hitchcock. Jimmy Hitchcock jumped on the square out. Cunningham Cunningham drops the throw. The rush is on. The pass goes deep and is caught as he underthrew it by Randy Moss. Cunningham caught by Moss. Outside and two linebackers inside. And they take advantage of that big hole, the Vikings do, and they get close to a first down. Three-man rush this time, and Chris Carter makes the catch at midfield. He just works on getting better. This is Leroy Horde running over people. Horde to the 10. Leroy Horde down at the 5-yard line.
Packers took a gamble and lost.
Cunningham. Touchdown. Carter. Nobody can get open down there like he does.
He can definitely be a Pro Bowl player. Even this year, he can be a Pro Bowl player.
Cunningham backs out of the pressure, and he's going to take off, and there's a flag on the play. But Cunningham gets all the way out to the 39-yard line.
Little injection today.
He sure is. Two tight ends. Favre is slung out of bounds, shy of the first down.
That is the biggest problem right there, the offensive tackle.
Here comes Cunningham. Pass is caught by Andrew Glover, the tight end. Ends for the Packers. Protection is good this time, or was. Randall has Favre, and down he goes.
Him come Thursday.
He looked out of his left eye. I saw that. The pass is caught by Randy Moss.
Run sprint outs and all that stuff, but you do have to be able to move in the pocket.
Cunningham. I don't know. Randy Moss came down with it above everybody else.
How in the heck did he do that? He's been to the Super Bowl 2 years, and they went now. Minnesota's trying to take it away from him.
Cunningham going deep for Moss. Moss has got it. Touchdown. What do you do?
Jump in the stands.
I don't know what you do to stop
Look
it.
this guy is. I think Randy Moss as a rookie is better than Jerry Rice was as a rookie.
Cunningham gets the 2.
You may beat him, but he's not going to go down.
That's right.
He's not going to go away easily.
The Henderson who lost the ball, and the Vikings have it. Dwayne Rudd came up with it.
I think it's just fitting that Dwayne Rudd came up with it. If there's a defensive MVP in this game, it has to be Dwayne Rudd.
Boys showing blitz. Cunningham taking his time. The handoff is to Robert Smith. Breaks one. Robert Smith is back for Minnesota. And he is throwing it back to Cunningham, the old flea picker. And open is Randy Moss. And in the end zone is a Minnesota touchdown.
Yep, you know they were going to do it. The fans knew they were going to do it. The Dallas Cowboys knew they were going to do it. You knew they were going to do it early. Where Randall Cunningham just gets that ball and he just chucks it deep to Randy Moss. I mean, the more you throw, the more effective you will be.
That's Robert Smith, and look out. For Minnesota, 3rd and 9. Cunningham back to throw it. With time, and the pass is caught by Chris Carter, and Carter heads for the end zone and scores. No flags this time. The touchdown pass from Cunningham to Carter. Cunningham changing something.
Palmer gives a lot of big plays to this Viking team.
Here's Cunningham back to throw it and going deep, and he's got Moss, and there's a flag on the play, and Moss has caught the pass and is in the end zone anyway. Touchdown. Just throw it as far as you can.
This guy is amazing. Randy Moss is amazing. Randall Cunningham is amazing.
Randy Moss looks very soothing to go with Randall. The draw play, and this is to Robert Smith.
Is very average, if not below average.
Here's Cunningham. Open is Carter. Cunningham is going to drop again after the fake to Horde. The pass is caught.
The Cowboys are in a 4-man line now.
And Cunningham throws outside to Carter. Still on his feet. Cunningham chased out of bounds. Is dropping deep this time. And it's a four-man rush, and Cunningham fires to Chris Carter, who's got it.
You better grab a hold of anything you can.
Horde is the deep back, and Horde gets the carry and hammers for 6 points. A Viking touchdown. Strong running by Leroy Horde. He wanted to get in there. Cunningham's going to make another jump ball, and Moss just takes it away. The Cowboys showing blitz. Minnesota hits Randy Moss, breaks a tackle, and Randy Moss races down the sideline, and Randy Moss just outruns everybody into the end zone. He is incredible. DeLong on the move in the backfield, a handoff to Horde. That could take a little steam out of an offensive unit as Leroy Horde down the sideline is going to get into the end zone, and what a run by Leroy Horde. That's 2 weeks in a row he's done almost the same thing.
Will open at running back, and Cunningham to throw on first down, screen to Williams. Blockers in front. Mo Williams! Dragged down at the 11-yard line by Tony Parrish after 64 yards. Horde is the deep man in the eye. Cunningham to throw again. Over the middle, Moore, touchdown! Edgar Bennett. He'll lose 2. Draw play to Bennett, they'll lose 3 more. Crashing through Dixon Edwards. Cunningham to Moss. Uh-oh. Holy cow. How about quarterback? They're not bad. Cunningham on a half roll. Throwing on the run. Moss got it at the sideline. Cunningham has missed only 1 of 6. Nice fake by Cunningham. Horde in the flat. 10, 5, touchdown! Number 86. Blitz, and they got there. Stenstrom never had a chance. Straight up the middle. Cunningham to Walsh again at the 32. That will be a first down. Being covered right now by Walt Harris. They throw instead to the other side. Stenstrom tipped and incomplete. Fuller got a hand on it. Cunningham, a wobbler to Moss. Recently signed as the backup. Stenstrom under pressure, and they got him at the 15. The ball comes loose.
I'm going to tell you what. I just watched John Randall
In total yards in the first half. Cunningham, excellent protection. Now he steps up and runs. There's a marker down. Cunningham across midfield will check the penalty. Over the middle, complete to the tight end. Glover inside the 10. Cunningham, short set for Moss. Randy Moss just got rid of Walt Harris. Cunningham with a pump fake. Moss got it. Touchdown. Holy cow. It's not fair. It is not fair. Deep man in the eye. Stenstrom under a blitz, and McDaniel got it. All right, Solomon, I'm glad you guys can say Denver. Apparently I can't. Leroy Horde on the draw. to the 36. Cunningham with a screen to Leroy Horde. Couple of nice blocks in front. And Horde with a beautiful job of setting up the blocks. Palmer is the quarterback in the shotgun. Palmer now runs to the right, and he'll keep it. Palmer still on his feet. 25, 23. Blitz coming. Cunningham unloads. Glover inside the 10. Horde is back in. Moss the man in motion. Horde with a carry. Breaks the tackle. Touchdown! Carl Reeves missed the tackle. Leroy Horde with another hard, tough run. And the Vikings are pouring it on. Bennett hit by Rudd. Half roll tip. He was trying to throw it for Wet Night, and it was knocked away by Kaylee Long. It's no fun when you're having your head handed to you. Loose ball. Picked up by Dwayne Rudd. Dwayne Rudd is going to go. 94 yards. Touchdown. He's going to get a 15-yard penalty for taunting. Lindstrom goes for the end zone. Penn can't get it. It's intercepted by Hitchcock.
Short Randy Moss and Chris Carter. Carter's in the slot. Cunningham being rushed, got rid of it, and it is complete. It was tipped. Hatchett makes the catch for a first down. Off-season, and a very valuable man with Jake Reed still out. The play fake on first down. Wide open, the tight end Andrew Glover bounced off one man. They stop him at the 35. 3rd and 17. Cunningham. Chris Carter, beautiful catch down to the 24-yard line. 3rd and 11. Everybody out. Cunningham tosses it, and it's complete to David Palmer. In motion, Floyd Turner, number 87. Delay to Priest Holmes. Drop the football. It's loose. Vikings have it.
Every phase that you could go through, and it's paying off today.
That's Stover's kick. Coming up short. Palmer at the 12. Waits for his blocking and sprints through.
Wow,
Palmer's going.
It's a touchdown.
The race is on. Palmer. He gets a touchdown. This is unbelievable.
Wow. Back to back.
3 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the game. Long count by Harbaugh.
What?
The quick toss to the tight end Eric Green. First down across midfield. Fumble the ball. And the Vikings have it again. Hitchcock gets away. Jimmy Hitchcock with the ball going down the sideline is taken out of bounds. In motion, the tight end Andrew Glover. Play fake.
What?
Cunningham running. Picks up a block, gets out of bounds in Ravens territory. This is the 7th kickoff of the game. There's been 3 returns for touchdowns. Corey Harris, he's tripped up. And Jeff fumble, and Kay Mays may recover for the Vikings. Kaivu Yusuma Mays with a tackle in the 3rd fumble of the game. Off for a touchdown in each of the last 4 games. He's looking, he's throwing for Randy Moss, touchdown!
Wow, push and shove with Woodson all the way. You got to see that. He had them covered, and they pushed and they shoved each other. The officials let him play.
15th touchdown of the season for Randy Moss. That's Turner in motion. First down for the Ravens. At midfield, ball is down. It's loose. Do the Vikings have it? They do. They've recovered a fumble. 4th fumble of the game. And Evans in the backfield. Play fake. Cunningham. Little shovel pass. Leroy Horde inside the 10. Looked like an option play. Leroy Horde bounces it outside. Oh, picked up a good block. And he's forced out of bounds.
Carter will always block you to help the running backs. Look at that
Completion to Randy Moss. And he's turning it into a big gain. Moss down at the 40-yard line.
He treats him good.
Cunningham on second down, throws wide open, completing to Matthew Hatchett. Ball's the Ravens 42. Cunningham gets hit as he throws, and the catch is made. Potts shifting. Priest Holmes on the draw. That's about a yard on the play, and the ball pops loose again.
Not again.
And Jerry Markbright says Vikings ball, 5th time. And Roosevelt Potts are the running backs. Harbaugh steps up, and it's intercepted by Corey Fuller. Looking to pick up some blocks. Fuller across the 30. Pushed out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 2nd and 6. The Vikings closing in on more points. Throwing for the end zone. Touchdown, Chris Carter. My, oh my. Randall Cunningham with another touchdown pass. His 29th of the season. Central on Fox. What? Cunningham on 1st down. Throwing and completing to Randy Moss. Across the 20 to the 22-yard line. Goes in motion. Short drop. Complete to Matthew Hatchett. And he pulls his man up to the 39-yard line.
Bang it on in there. Here they are, throwing every down.
They are. And he hits Matthew Hatchett. Hatchett is taken down. Chris Walsh, the 3rd wide receiver, picks up the blitz. And wide open is Randy Moss, and he's got a 1st down. He knew where the sticks were. David Palmer, the lone setback. The rush is on. Complete to Chris Carter as they gear up for a run toward the Super Bowl. Cunningham to Chris Carter. And down to the ground he goes at the 21-yard line.
Comes the blitz. And Quinn goes down in the arms of Corey Fuller. Cunningham with good time. Throws sideline. Complete. 1st down, and he got it out to Matthew Hatchett. He's had a sensational year. Delayed blitz. Cunningham flush. Gets a block downfield and runs out of bounds at the 36. Draw play to Smith. A lot of room. Smith with great speed. 40, 45, and out of bounds. Chicago told us that a couple weeks ago. Cunningham under pressure, hit as he throws. Moss with his 1st catch. Comes the blitz. Quinn floats it down the middle. It's intercepted. Threw it between 2 receivers, and Orlando Thomas got the 2nd pick of the year. Smith. Room to run. Carter, the man in motion. The blitz, they pick it up. Cunningham over the middle. Touchdown, Andrew Glover. Cunningham wanted to go deep, then pulls it down. Now deep over the middle to Glover. To the Jacksonville 44 for the Minnesota Vikings. And get that trio back. Cunningham gets it back from Smith, throws for Moss, touchdown! Comes the blitz, Cunningham unloads to Moss. Smith on the draw. Nice block by Evans, 1st down and more. Cunningham Hatchett at the sideline. The blitz, they pick it up again. Cunningham over the middle. Glover. Oh, caught it. Oh. Wow. What an effort. What a catch. Here comes the blitz. They go to the screen. Horde. Blockers in front. Leroy Horde. He's done a good job tonight, too. Johnson to throw again over the middle. Carter, touchdown. He beat Thomas. And now they're going to go after each other. Randall from behind, and it's recovered by the Vikings. Jason Fisk with a fumble recovery. John Randall knocks it away. Experience for Quinn, but it's going to be pretty tough to tell him that at this point. Leroy Horde. It's the single setback behind Jonathan Quinn. Quinn under pressure. It's picked off. Hitchcock. Jimmy Hitchcock. Touchdown. Well, they might get the record in this game. Let me just say that the offense stopped. Most any team has scored since the merger in 1970. Draw play to Fred Taylor. That has been the one effective play. This one is fumbled. Picked up by Bobby Houston. He nearly got it back in the end zone, and he did. And now an official will overrule the other one and say he's down outside the goal line. Evans gets the carry, dives toward the goal line. Touchdown.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 2. Mike Archie is looking to throw, and Archie's going to be trapped way behind inside the 45. Much lighter than Ball. 2nd and 13. And under big pressure, that's penalty marker is down.
That could be a safety right there.
It would be if he is avoiding a sack, throwing it away.
Intentional grounding in the end zone. That penalty is a safety.
Bingo. That's it. 1st down on the 18-yard line, going with 2 tight ends. McNair getting away from one defender, McDaniel, and McDaniel comes back to tackle him. Jerry Ball was the 2nd man in. Usual for the Vikings, looking at the total yard gap. Hand off to Robert Smith. He's got the opening, and he's got a lot of room. And it's Blaine Bishop who knocks him out of bounds.
Given all the calls inside.
2nd down and 12, and Cunningham completes the pass to Matthew Hatchett. And Hatchett appears to have a Viking 1st down. 3rd and goal at the 15-yard line. And here is McNair with a fade, and the pass knocked away. Nice. Kevin Dyson to the right on 1st down following the penalty. And there's Randall Cunningham, and a great catch made by Matthew Hatchett.
The Washington Redskins of '83.
Pressure coming in on Cunningham, and he gets it off to Robert Smith. Beautiful. Smith with a great bit of running, gets the 1st down.
Everybody over the top for the safety help.
3rd down and 10. Multiple wide receivers. Cunningham gets away from one rush, and he finds Matthew Hatchett, who makes the catch inside the 15. It's Randy Moss coming in motion. And Cunningham finds Chris Carter, and the 1st down to midfield. So it's 1st and goal at the 5. Leroy Horde in at running back, and a fade pass to Moss. He's got a touchdown. A flag is down as well, but Moss will get the touchdown. Signaling go for 2, and the Vikings are now the highest scoring team in the history of the National Football League. Another fade to Moss. Good catch. He made it look easy. Great catch. Boy, Walker's got to be frustrated trying to cover Randy Moss.
15 years at a high level.
2nd and 8. Here comes the pressure on McNair. Not this time. He doesn't get away from Dwayne Rudd, and the 2nd sack of the game for the Vikings. 2nd and 10 for Minnesota. Cunningham again under pressure. The screen to Robert Smith. Robert Smith down the sideline. 1st down and more. McDaniel going to the Pro Bowl for a 10th time. Leroy Horde, the change-up running back in the game. And now busts away. Great play by Horde. His pass caught. Randy Moss, 1st down. 2nd and 11. Here is Chris Carter downfield. Makes the catch and gets the touchdown. A little Merton Hanks thrown in for good measure. Out of the shotgun. Multiple wide receivers for McNair. And this pass incomplete. And it was Dwayne Rudd downfield. So a couple of more records could go by the wayside. And this 39-yard field goal is good. And Gary Anderson will go down as the first perfect place kicker in NFL history in a given season.
Cunningham, pass caught by Chris Carter. Comes
comes into the Minnesota backfield. On third down, here come the flags again as the Cardinal jump, free play. Pass complete to Palmer. Single setback is Smith. Cunningham drops, has time. Pass caught. There's Enos Williams out with Randy Moss. And here's Robert Smith. And he can turn a...
Look who the quarterback is.
David Palmer. Could be a direct snap to him. He can throw it as well as run with it. He got the first down. Cunningham rolls and gets it out to Smith. Two tight ends set up this time. Carter stays in. Horde goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
It was the center's head that moved.
Plummer. He led Robert Griffith perfectly. And Griffith of the Vikings brings it back up to about the 45. Robert Smith deep. Cardinals showing blitz. The Vikings pick it up, and he's going deep. Moss makes the catch. Inside the 20. The remarkable rookie.
He's going against Todd Stussy. He hasn't gotten close yet.
Stance looks good. Touchdown. Andrew Glover, the tight end, and we haven't mentioned him yet.
We haven't gotten to him.
At their own 16. Jake Plummer. Pump fake. Intercepted. Robert Griffith again. His second interception. They won't even have to move the sticks. Gives to Smith. Smith all the way inside the Cardinal 40. 10, Minnesota. Cunningham to Horde. And Leroy Horde. Here's Cunningham. Gets away from one blitzer. Wadsworth gets the ball out to Horde. And Horde, touchdown. A delayed call. I think the official who was looking at it lost his whistle for a moment.
You know, Jake Plummer can do what he does best, and that's throw the ball and run and throw the ball.
Palmer's at the 10, the 20. And almost broke it. Back problems, but he's back, alternating with Matthew Hatchett. Flea flicker, we saw him work on this. Carter's open. Inside the 5. Corey Chavis. Plummer dropped the ball again. There it comes out of the pack. The Vikings, I believe, have it. I think the Vikings recovered it. Yes, they did. Carter in motion. Cunningham looking. And finding Randy Moss for a Minnesota 6.
That 5-man line, so they had to man pass protect, so he was yelling out man.
Randy Moss makes the catch from Cunningham. Cunningham retreats, gets the ball to Moss.
What a play.
Yeah. And nobody has, except Tampa Bay, and they kept the ball all the time. That's hard.
And you wonder what the Atlanta Falcons are thinking. In other words, if Arizona scores here, Minnesota's going to use an onside kick prevent.
Plummer out of the shotgun. 4th down. Rushes on. He gets away for 2. Finally throws it out to the side. Incomplete. Chris Carter is the other receiver. Unless they play a tight end. Here's Cunningham. Pass caught by Randy Moss.
He's just going to throw a jump ball like he did there.
That's a wise thing to do. Here's Cunningham again going deep. Out of the end zone. Touchdown. He's in the end zone. Randy Moss. Took him a long time to make the call.
What a player.
Split back situation this time again. Chandler has time, gets it Out of the backfield to Harold Green, who had it and lost it.
Giving the ball back to the 49ers.
It's Minnesota ball.
Buchanan again is lined up on Randy Moss.
Matthew Hatchett. Palmer is the back behind Cunningham. Now he comes out. Pass is caught by Randy Moss. First down, Minnesota. Third and about 2 or 3. Cunningham again has time. And again, the pass is caught by Moss. John Randall on the sideline, you saw. Chandler back to throw it. O.J. Santiago, his tight end, and another loose ball. Fumble, and Minnesota has it. Griffiths came up with it. Now they've got another one. Moss comes in motion, and Cunningham is going to work. There's a screen pass to Moss. And Randy Moss, who's got great speed, gets down to the 15. Cunningham crouches under the center. He's going straight ahead and dives into the end zone. Randall's wife, Felicity. Inevitably, especially in big games, it's the turnovers that make the difference. Here's Chandler, and he's down. The rush from outside. Second down. 14 they need for a first, and Chandler drops. Screen pass to Jamal Anderson. The Vikings have played it well. At tight end on the left, Hallen. That's Jamal Anderson. And he's cut down back of the line of scrimmage by Jimmy Hitchcock. Cunningham back to throw it. Underneath, Chris Carter.
Brought out more about football players.
4 wide receivers. Cunningham comes out of the pocket, throws to Carter, I beg your pardon, and Chris Carter stays on his feet. DeLong goes in motion. Cunningham quickly, this time to Glover. That's DeLong who comes out. Cunningham looks right, then left, and then throws. And wide open is DeLong, who's knocked out of bounds at about the 6. Cunningham drops. Has time. Touchdown. Matthew Hatchett. Atlanta ball at the Minnesota 48. Chandler up under the center. Fake to Anderson. Knocked down. Good play. Good defensive play by Corey Fuller. Chandler. Shotgun. Sack. The Viking rush gets him.